Hello gorgeous, welcome back to my channel. Hello if you're new. If you're new, it means so much if you click that subscribe button. I do post on my channel every single Tuesday and Thursday. Today I'm going to be sharing 6 healthy habits that have changed my life. And when I say change my life, I genuinely mean it. I've been doing all these habits since the beginning of 2022 and this has really transformed my life. I definitely started to put myself on the back burner and I made a promise to myself in 2022 that it is time to put myself first and really focus on getting myself back on track and feeling my best physically, emotionally. In 2020, I definitely was struggling a lot. I gained 25 pounds and I also was struggling emotionally. So it wasn't even just the physical aspect, it was just so many things. And that moved on into 2021. I knew when 2022 hit that I couldn't keep doing this and I needed a change and to do it for myself. And 2022, I've really been focusing a lot on myself, which was a really hard thing, I feel like, for me to do and grasp onto because I always felt like that was being selfish and I just was putting no effort on myself, and I realized that that's not healthy and sustainable, and it quite honestly led to me feeling just burnt out and stretched way too thin, and I was just really going through it. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope it is useful. Thumbs it up if you like it. And with that being said, let's just jump right now into my 6 healthy habits that have changed my life. Healthy habit number 1 is self-care. I learned this year that putting yourself first is important and it's okay. Self-care should not be seen as a luxury and it is not selfish. And I knew I had to really unlearn that because I always felt like I have to put others always before me and put myself on the back burner and do what other people want. And that really just stretched me out too thin. I became the most unhealthiest I've ever been and also the most unhappy that I've ever been. And not taking care of yourself is always gonna end up catching up to you, whether you experience burnout or mental health issues or even physical injuries or even illnesses. So it's important to always put yourself first, and that can look different in so many different ways. Self-care is quite literally just taking care of yourself and taking care of yourself in all aspects. So self-care can be, just putting on a face mask or taking a warm bath or a shower and just kind of pampering yourself. It is completely okay to do so, to take time for yourself physically, but it's also important to realize that self-care isn't just a physical thing and taking care of yourself on the outside. It's also just improving your overall health, your wellness, happiness, and fulfillment. So finding things that are going to make you feel better, putting time into your body, your mind, and your soul, and just investing in yourself and having that time with yourself, I realized is so important because for the longest time, I was always just focused on hustling and getting to the next goal and achieving this and doing this and helping people with this and trying to be the best person for this. And it was just so exhausting. And for the longest time, I wasn't taking care of myself in all aspects. And I was really just letting myself go. And I started just questioning and not knowing who I was and just really losing myself. So it's important that you do things that make you happy, do things that are going to fulfill you and just make you feel the best that you feel emotionally stable and also physically. So our self-care routine is going to look different. Healthy habit number 2 is to wear SPF every single day. So I'm definitely really late to doing this. And if you're watching this, start this right now. If you're not, you always hear and are always told to wear SPF and how important it is, and you should be wearing it every single day. Even if you think that there's no sun outside or you're not really getting out, it's important to get into that habit because this is going to help with skin cancer and skin damage and just aging. And I really made it a point to really put SPF into my routine. What really helped me kind of get into SPF is using the Supergoop Glow Screen. It has SPF 40 in it, and this is just amazing. This product is my favorite thing ever. I will link it down below. It makes your skin so glowy and so beautiful, and it also is great for being a primer before your makeup. So this really helped me get on the bandwagon of just realizing it's important to apply SPF. Even if you don't realize you're getting a lot of damage to your skin, you really are through every day, and that damage really does add up. So using SPF is really important, and I love the Supergoop SPF products that they have for your skin. They are absolutely my favorite and have become a staple in my everyday routine. Healthy habit number 3 has to do with diet, and that is following an 80-20 rule and really learning moderation. 2022, I really focused on my fitness goals again because, like I said, I was definitely struggling with that. I did gain weight, and I was just the most unhealthiest I feel like I've been, and I knew I needed a change because I just wasn't feeling good physically and mentally. And something I really started to do is starting to learn more about nutrition and trying to live a balanced lifestyle. I wanted this to be something, like I said, is a lifestyle, not something that's a crash diet. When I was much younger and didn't really know much about nutrition and just saw things on the media or on social media, I used to really restrict, and I just think that's very unhealthy. It's important to find what's gonna work for you. Eating healthier doesn't need to be such a dramatic thing. What really helped me the most is just adding things into my diet. So I started adding more leafy greens, adding more whole foods, and I really started to enjoy it and really started realizing that's when I felt my best. So I would add a salad into my day, or I would add spinach into my eggs, or add spinach into my smoothies, when before I really wasn't getting enough fruits and vegetables and I wasn't eating enough whole foods. I was eating a lot of ready to go foods, processed foods, foods that just have ingredients that are so unnecessary that make it taste the way it does or make it last as long. A lot of the times you don't realize the extra ingredients that there is in our foods, and I really started to pay attention with that. And when I'm eating cleaner with cleaner ingredients and just eating more whole foods and leafy greens, I feel so much better physically. I feel more energetic. I feel happier. I feel just more like I could take on the day. And when I'm eating foods that are highly processed and have a ton of chemicals in them, I feel really lethargic. I feel really bloated and just like more like I just want to do nothing and not really take on my day. So I've realized that I didn't want to feel like that anymore. Although it is okay to have that balance and moderation, for the majority of the time, I really started to eat a lot more cleaner, and just I enjoy it now, and it's become so natural and like a lifestyle that I know I could do for the rest of my life. Healthy habit number 4 is focus on getting more movement. So in the year of 2020 and 2021, with all the lockdowns and just life changing, I was getting really no movement all throughout the year. It was really bad, and I knew that needed to change, and I knew I would have to put a little bit more effort to make sure I get in my movement. When you are working from home, it is a lot more difficult to get that movement. Or even if you're working out and you have, let's say, an office job where you have to sit all day long, a lot of the time for those crucial hours, you're not moving and you have to put a little bit more effort. Getting more movement in has changed my life, to be completely honest. This year in 2022, I make sure to get a minimum of 10,000 steps a day. A typical day right now for me is between 12 to 14,000 steps a day, and that has just become like second nature. I remember when I first started in 2022, I was doing 8 to 10, then it started to become 10 to like 12,000 steps. And recently, within the last couple months, it's been easy for me to hit 12 to 14,000 steps. I'm just a lot more active now, and I make that effort to get more movement in. And I find when I keep up with movement is when I feel my best. So having a step goal has been really beneficial for me. And I've been reaching that step goal by, of course, doing a workout and also going out for evening walks. I always go out for an evening walk between 45 minutes to an hour, and it is absolutely my favorite time. Walking has really changed my life in general, and just getting more movement, because it really just helps you in so many ways by clearing up your mind. It improves your sleep. It decreases chronic illnesses. It helps decrease anxiety and depression. And it just really has also kept me on a schedule and just allowed me to get the results that I wanted. And I have been able to lose 25 pounds since last year. I've been able to lose the weight that I gained. And to be completely honest, a lot of that has to do with just getting more movement in my day and walking a lot more. Because before, like I said, I was getting barely to no steps on a weekly basis. And now I'm constantly getting a lot more steps, and I'm just find myself being a lot more active, and it's become a lot more natural to me now. While before, if you told me I had to do 10,000 steps a day, I would think that would be really hard to do and impossible, and I would end up not doing it and eventually just end up going back to my old ways. But I've been doing this since January, and I've been feeling amazing. My last healthy habit is to say no when you mean no. This is something I have recently been learning. This is something that I really have been practicing. For the longest time, I would always say yes to things that I didn't even want to do, whether that was for work, for friend stuff, or even just for people that are my acquaintances. I would always say yes. And I would always stretch myself out too thin, and I'd end up doing things I didn't want to do, or I'd overwork myself, and I knew that it wasn't healthy, but I always felt like I couldn't say no to things. But saying no is one of the most powerful things that you can do for yourself. And also just be true to what you need. So it's really important to try and master the art of saying no and realize that you don't always have to say yes and do things that you just don't want to do, or maybe you just don't have time to do, or you're just really like overworked, exhausted, and it's okay to say no, and also to take a break and step back and not always feel like you have to be go, go, go constantly. And also you need to realize that by saying no or not doing sometimes something, or just, you know, having a day where you take a break is okay. It took me a long time to learn, because I always felt like if I wasn't doing something, if I specifically wasn't working enough, or I wasn't hustling, that I was being lazy. I'm very hard on myself. That's just my personality. I've always been like this since school. And I've always felt like I need to be doing something, or I need to be doing something that's good for my future. And if I don't reach a certain goal by a certain time, I would be really hard on myself. And I would honestly think that if you're not hustling and you're not working constantly, that that's just being lazy. But I realized that by doing that, you're going to end up burning out, and you're going to end up being exhausted and unhappy. Those are all of my healthy habits that I incorporated in the year of 2022 that has really changed my life. I hope this was useful and you guys kind of got inspiration out of it. Let me know what are some of your healthy habits you cannot live without, and let me know what other videos you guys want me to do. Thumbs it up, it really helps me out. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. I do post on my channel every single Tuesday and Thursday. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!